Hi, I'm Paul Wolf from howtoPlayBass.com. In this video we're going to have a quick look at drop D tuning. Firstly, we're going to look at what is drop D tuning. Then we're going to look at two ways that you can tune your bass to get drop D tuning. So what is drop D tuning? Well, drop D tuning is an alternative tuning method to the standard tuning of E, A, D and G that you're probably familiar with. Now there are hundreds of alternative tunings, but drop D is probably the most common, and it's the one we're going to look at today. And you get drop D tuning by detuning your E string a tone down to the note D. Now some players who've used drop D tuning in their playing include Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Jeff Ament from Pearl Jam and Chris Wolstenholme from Muse, but there are tons of others. There are two methods I'm going to show you to quickly detune your E string to D to get drop D tuning. When you detune your E string to drop D tuning, what you're doing is you're going down a tone, and a tone equals 2 frets. So when your E string moves to D, all your notes, the locations of, effectively move up 2 frets. So A, which is here at the 5th fret of the E string, when you're in drop D tuning and this E string is tuned to D, A goes here to the 7th fret. So what you do, you're going to sound the open A string, then you're going to sound the fretted note at the 7th fret of the E string, and obviously those two won't sound the same, but then what you're going to do is, while you're keeping this note fretted with the left hand, you reach over with the right hand, see if we can get that in, there we go, and get into the tuning pegs and detune the tuning peg until the two notes sound the same. So that's what we're going to do. So here's the open A string, here's the note at the 7th fret, you can hear they're different. I think that's pretty close. There we go. And then if I play the open string, you can hear that's slower than the E, and that's your drop D tuning. The second method is going to be very similar to the first method, but instead of using the open A string and the note at the 7th fret of the E string, what we're going to do is we're going to sound the note at the 12th fret of the E string. Obviously when that's string is tuned to E, that's the octave of E, which is the E, but by using the open D string and sounding that against this note here, and then detuning the string as we did before by reaching over, we're going to achieve drop D tuning that way. So there's the open D string, you can hear they're not right. Slightly flat. There. And again, we've got our drop D tuning that way. A quick summary of what we just looked at with drop D tuning. There were two methods. Method 1, we fret the E string at the 7th fret, then you sound the open A string, then you detune the E string to the open A string, keeping that note at the 7th fret pressed down. When the two strings sound the same, if you take your finger off the 7th fret and play the open string, you should now hear that it's lower than your E string normally is, and that you've got drop D tuning. Or there's method 2, where we fret the E string this time at the 12th fret. The string that we sound to tune against this time is the open D string, and then you detune the E string listening to that open D string sound. And again, if you take off when the two notes sound the same, if you defret the 12th fret and play the open string, you should be able to verify that that is in fact your E string detuned down to the open D, and thereby giving you drop D tuning.